Hey everyone, it's Nicole Eggert and Dave Palais. Thanks for tuning in.
Good to see you. I realized with you and I, when we start the show, I'm the same guy every time. Like, you're going to find me usually in a hoodie and some sort of Dodger hat. With you, you never know. I never know what I'm going to get. Last week, I got a tie. This week, we got the workout suit going. I'm like, I think just the same guy. Everything, nothing for me, for sure. I'm not bringing it the way you bring it. That's for sure.
That's funny. I love a tracksuit.
There you go.
It was funny. I hosted a screening for The Pink Pill the other night at the Soho House in West Hollywood, and I had a blazer on and heels on, and when I hosted it with my friend Noea, and when we sat back in the chair, she looks over and she's like, "Are you wearing track pants?" Yes, ma'am. I am wearing track pants with a blazer and heels because we're kicking back and watching a movie and we want to be comfy. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I'm all for comfort. That's for sure.
I love clothes.
Okay, here's a question for you. How often do you throw stuff away? Meaning, like, let's say you not till you wear it to a point where it's not wearable anymore, but like, I've gotten enough use out of that. Time for it to go.
Well, it's really funny. I do this thing where I put things into storage.
Okay.
And I actually kick myself on some of the things I didn't save, but generally, if it's like an on-trend fast fashion piece, which I really try to avoid, I really like staple pieces and I put them away and bring them back out. If it's like cheap shit, I'll donate it. And so we do a lot, and a lot of Keegan's clothes, it gets donated. But when it's like vintage, or if I know that it's a quality item that's on trend right now and it happens to be really cute or made well and all these things, I'll put it away in like a time capsule. I put it in bins and hangers and I store it so that like when she gets older, she can pull it out and be like, "Oh my God." Because when, trends, they circulate by decades, but there's nothing like pulling a legit item from that era out.
Yeah.
I'll pull stuff out from the 80s, the 90s, and she's like, "Oh my God," and I have stuff that is now vintage, and it's the same with like I used to buy a lot of name brand. I used to buy a lot of designer brand stuff. So yeah, I save it. So I guess to answer your question, every few months.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every couple of months to sort of weed things in and out.
Yeah. Do you go by some people say if I buy something has to go. Like, they keep the same amount of items in their closet at all times. Like, something new, one thing comes in new, it means I got to get rid of something. 5 things come in, I got to get rid of 5 things. Or do you just start loading up?
I wish I was that disciplined. No, like I have an extra wardrobe rack that's beside my closets, right?
Yeah.
So I have an extra that's like stuff I'll probably wear like in the near future. I'll like put it out, so it's like a little bit separate than what's in the closet. And it's really, I'm really pushing it to its limit right now. It is really overstuffed, but also seasonal, right? So like there's some cashmere coats and trench coats and winter coats on it, which will be put away as soon as it gets really hot.
Yeah.
And then some summer stuff will replace it. So it's sort of this like circulating. There's no actual formula to it, but I try not to throw too much away, and I try not to bring in too much like junk.
Yeah. I have a hard time getting rid of stuff. That's why, I asked that question. Like, I need to go in and just dump stuff out, but I don't, and it loads up. And I have a female friend of mine who literally breaks her closets all the time, where things just come crashing down. She breaks the closets all the time. And, she'll have 40 pairs of jeans that almost all are exactly the same. And it's one of those things, but I don't know. I think in my mind, the reason I hold on to clothes, and I know my closet's ridiculous. I hold on to stuff. When I was a kid, my parents didn't go out and buy a bunch of that stuff. It wasn't that they couldn't afford it. It was basically, I had very few clothes,
Yeah.
and literally didn't have a lot of shoes. And I'm a big shoe guy, I buy a ton of shoes. But like I have stuff from 10 years ago in that goddamn closet that I'm never going to wear again. I just have a hard time giving it away.
Well, if you're never gonna wear it again, then I say you get rid of it.
Yeah.
Or like you do like me, if it's expensive, you put it away somewhere else. You put it in storage, you seal it up and you put it away, and your kids can break it out later when that style comes back. You know what I do? I break a drawer all the time with t-shirts. I've
Yeah.
got more t-shirts than probably anybody you've ever met. I have a lot of pairs of jeans, but they're all very different from each other.
Yeah.
But my t-shirts, oh my God, I have so many overstuffed drawers of t-shirts that it's a little comical. But we wear them so often here,
Yes. In California, you do. I
you
do. I
know?
do too. I have t-shirts also. Same thing.
And I
Yeah.
still feel like I don't have enough. I still feel like, oh my God, I'm wearing this again, and I have hundreds.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. That's funny. How was your ski trip?
Was amazing weather, just beautiful. And I got up there and I was getting a little frustrated with myself at times. And then I realized, Nicole, you snowboarded 2 days in a row all day, like pretty much all day, or a good portion of the day. I did at least like 12 to 15 runs one day and like probably 15 to 17 another day. That's a lot of runs, especially in Mammoth. They're longer than they are local. So I was just really like feeling really good that I was able to do that. Cause listen, there has been a long period of time where I didn't think I would ever physically be able to do that again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of inspired me to now start doing some like weight training and doing maybe some more working out, like pushing myself a little bit harder with the working out, because I was like, I did pretty well. Imagine how much better I could do if I was, if my muscles were strong. And it's not that I didn't perform well. I just couldn't walk afterwards. I'm like old lady picking up my leg to move my leg to get out of the car, like, and then 5-hour drive there, 5-hour drive back. It's it's hard on
Yeah.
chemotherapy bones, I'll tell you what. So I definitely can feel the aftermath of it, but it just felt really great and really freeing to just put on loud music and snowboard. And the first day was really quiet up there, so there was barely anybody there, and we had the mountain to ourselves, it felt
That's
like.
cool.
And nothing like that. Yeah.
Good. No injuries, right?
No injuries. The sun was shining, it was warm, it was sweatshirt weather. Really, and such good food up in Mammoth, like really great, so completely overpriced, but good food. So expensive up there. Oh my, I don't know what do local people do? It's so expensive. They must know spots they should get a local discount. I hope they don't have to pay the prices that us tourists pay, because
Yeah.
that's wild.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm
Yeah.
glad you had a good time. That's awesome. And no injuries are huge, especially between both you and your daughter going through stuff over the last few years. And so that's awesome that you had a
Yeah, and we
great time.
stopped. Yeah, right. And we stopped at some hot springs on the way back to just soak, in all the minerals and the
Yeah.
hot water. And that's healing. So that was, and we have blisters and open blisters and open wounds on our feet. So it was really good to just soak it all. So and that was beautiful. That was really, really a good choice that we did. So I have a question for you,
Yeah.
Dave, because I was thinking about this with Mother's Day coming up, and you see so many adverts for like what you should get your mother, or what, all this. What is your love language?
That's funny. It's funny. My wife asked me this question the other day.
It's a good
it-
question. I think it's a
it-
game changer if you understand somebody's love language.
Yeah, it's that's funny. I don't know. I would say I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do I need to be told that I'm appreciated? Is that one? When you're younger, I would say physical. I'm not sure. I kind of feel like just being around, spending time,
Quality of time.
yeah, quality of time.
Yeah. Um, so I think mine is acts of service. Do you know what hers is?
No, this is funny. She would say quality of time, 100%. She would say quality of time. That's the complaint, is that I spread myself too thin, you know. And it's funny. I think what runs in my family, from my dad to my sister to myself, is we give more of ourselves to people outside of our family, which is a huge mistake. I don't recommend that to anybody. I'd say you got to go family first, because I know my dad was much nicer and a better person than people outside of his wife and his kids. And my sister, I think, is the same way. And then I try and catch myself. Do I give too much to people that I'm not related to? And so
Interesting.
I try and change that, you know.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that the way you show love, would it be the same answer as how you would like to receive it?
That's a great question. I think so. I think so. I that never thought of it that way. Yeah, I think that's a good call. That's a good call. What about you?
Mine, the way I show love is acts of service for sure. I'm a shower. Sometimes my tone is not the best. Like, so words of affirmation probably ain't it. Um, but I'm not a super overly touchy feely. So, and I'm not like the warm and fuzzy kind of person. So I do things. I show up, I do things, I without being asked. I think
Yeah,
about, um, my loved ones when I'm out. I gifts and acts of service are definitely the way I show it. And I was trying to think like what I like to receive. And I think it is also acts of service because
yeah,
I can appreciate it simply because that's my thought process is like I was thinking about them when they weren't around. I was thinking about them when I was doing my own thing. And I was thinking about somebody else. So um, that's definitely, I think it goes both ways. Because time, listen, quality of time, I think when you really love somebody, you make that quality of time, so that should come anyway. The
yeah,
physical, like, affection, if that's there, that's there. I don't need a whole lot of, like, words, like, because word salad, right? Like, you could tell me all kinds of wonderful words, but if the acts aren't there,
yeah,
then, I'm not feeling it. So, yeah, I think acts of service and gifts. I mean, gifts, and I don't mean gifts like lavish gifts,
yeah,
little things. Like if I'm somewhere and I'm like, "Oh, Keegan would love that," I'll grab it, you
yeah,
know? Um, so I mean gifts like that, thinking of people,
yeah.
and
My wife definitely does it through cooking. You know, hers
acts of
has always
service.
been, yeah, definitely was always cooking. And I don't think, at least I know my younger son didn't realize that's how his mother, expressed how much she loved him, was through cooking, until he was older. When he was older, he started to get it, because he started doing the same thing. He started cooking and doing the same thing. But yeah, it's that's just the way her mom did it, and that's the way she's done it, and that was it. You know.
Yeah, because I don't think you start thinking about these things until you're older, right? And I don't even think you can answer them properly until you're older,
Yeah,
unless you're some fully aware old soul, like, God bless you. But, like, for me, when I was younger, it definitely would have been affection and time,
yeah,
and now that I'm older,
yeah. It
no.
does. It changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it totally changes, like, I don't need to see you that much.
yeah.
But is it nice that you're thinking about me and you sent me something? Yes.
Yeah, that's true. So for Mother's Day, is Mother's Day one of your favorite days? Are you looking forward to it?
No, because I don't like putting expectations on things. This is something like I really have started to understand is that putting expectations on things, you just get disappointed. You
Yeah,
just get disappointed. So I really try to like not. And then whatever does, if anything great does happen, then wow, it's like a pleasant surprise. But I see people doing it. I observe it. happening a lot, and I'm guilty of it, where you just have, these high expectations of what something's gonna be. And I'm not saying particularly Mother's Day, but lots of times, right?
Yeah.
And you can um be really let down. Like, I was really looking forward, I'll say this, the Mammoth trip, right? I was really looking forward to it. And I was really looking forward to the time with Keegan. And not that I didn't have a great time with Keegan, and
Yeah.
not that it wasn't bonding and all that, but I let her invite a friend. And I I feel like they were very much like they spent too much time on TikTok, and they
Yeah.
spent too much time looking at the screens, that it's sort of, I was like, "Wha" um, I sort of was kicking myself in the butt a little bit, and I was like, I kept having to remind myself that it's just that age, that this is what they just naturally get excited about, and so I just sort of felt like a little bit like a third wheel a bit, and, in all honesty, I'm probably the best third wheel you can have because I really like being by myself, and so I can enjoy a lot of things by myself, but, that was sort of something, is like I had to talk myself through it, because my expectation was like, I don't know how many of these Mammoth trips I have left in
Yes.
me, right? Um, and it's an emotional place for me because it's somewhere I used to go with my father all the time. So everywhere I look really reminds me of my dad. And just I guess I just really wanted all of her attention, if I'm being completely honest. And so I feel like, and then I had to talk myself down to it, not to have expectations, and then to enjoy that she was enjoying herself, and that she's gonna remember this trip as epic, and I provided that for her, and I had to find my joy in that part of it. But it is hard as your kids become teens, that they're so distracted by other things.
Man, there's so many things you just touched on there. I'm kind of curious to know if you asked your daughter tonight, when she comes home from school and say, "Hey, the trip we just took to Mammoth, do you think when you look back at it in the future, what are you going to remember from it?" What will she say? I wonder if she's going to remember the friend or remember you or remember the weather. What's she going to take out of that? You
Yeah,
know,
interesting.
you
Yeah.
said something interesting to me as far as expectations. For me, my biggest disappointment as far as expectations always evolve around family. Always. It's like what I thought was going to happen with my family did not happen with my family. Like that's where I was always let down. It wasn't friends, because you choose your friends. Family you're stuck with, you know,
Yeah.
and it's what I thought was going to happen. And these are, a lot of this is obviously dad issues with me, but I was like, this is the time when we fix it. And this is when we get on the same page. And then it never happens. And then it was always, I felt like a fool now that I'm an adult. Like, why did I set these extra expectations? You know?
Yeah, and yeah, a lot can be circumstance or families, and I learned this when I had my first child. I was like, "You're gonna really have to learn how to roll with the punches, because you can have all of this you can have a whole itinerary of things, and someone gets sick, right? Or, the child just doesn't cooperate, especially when they're very young, when young children, right? Well, this was supposed to be amazing. Meanwhile, this child's having a complete meltdown, throwing their sippy cup all over the place, or their bottle, right? Or
Yeah.
you're on a road trip and you've got a time that you're supposed to reach your destination, and they have a complete poop blowout, you know, just like, or you
Yeah.
get a flat tire, or the car breaks down, or whatever. I just feel like I really had to learn to, like, okay, it's especially being a single parent, when you have to
Yeah.
handle it all on your own. There's no
All
backup coming for you, right? So I think that I started on that many years ago, of like, your expectations have to be none or very low. Like, we're aiming for this, and we hope we come in here, like,
Yeah. Yeah, bringing the friend is a tough one. There was a guy who posted something on Instagram, and again, I don't know what's fake and what's not anymore, but I thought it was interesting, meaning that after the age of 18, your kids become adults, and then if they, get in a relationship and they live a different part of the country, and basically he lived in California, his parents lived back east, and he said he'd fly in once a year for a weekend to see his dad, and he realized his dad probably had about 15 years left. And he goes, I have about 30 days left in my dad's life. And then
oof,
I know it's depressing when you think of it that way. And what he did was he packed up the whole family, found a new job back east, and goes, I don't want to do that. And he moved the whole family back to his dad because he realized, I don't want to go give my dad only 30 days left. And that was his thing. But that's a very, one thing to leave a job and do all that is unusual. I'll tell you this, what's strange is you just said about you try to create a great trip. This is the hardest I've ever cried at a funeral, when my grandfather died. And the reason is because of a moment you just said. It was, my grandfather was someone I was never extremely close to. I lived in Tennessee at the time. He lived in Los Angeles. He didn't drive. He was a retired mailman where he used to have to walk with the big bag, And he said, I got tickets for a Dodger game. He knew I was a Dodger fan. And I was probably about 11 years old. And he goes, we're going to take the bus to Dodger Stadium and we're going to go. And I didn't care how we got there. We're going to see the Dodgers. That's all I knew on a Sunday. And I did what your daughter did. Can I bring a friend? And he gave up his ticket. And my friend and I sat behind home plate. And he sat in left field in the sun, not knowing the game, sweated his ass off. And we had a great time. My buddy Matt and I had a great time. But it kicked in when I was at his funeral that he was trying to establish a relationship with me, and I blew it. I missed the moment. And I cried like I could not pull it together. I was 20 years old, and I realized I missed it. I missed what he was trying to do. And it was one of my biggest regrets in life that he made an attempt, and I missed it.
Oof. Well, I'm glad you even realized that because that's actually so healthy and like actually just shows like the love, right?
Yeah.
That you even like could look back and realize that. Yeah, and I think that if I'm gonna be honest, I like lost it with Keegan for a minute. Like I got a little bit mad, and I was like, I feel like you're being disrespectful, and you're get off the device. And I was like, and when we got in the car for the road trip up there, they both put headphones in.
So there goes all the conversation for the next 5 hours.
What am I, a chauffeur?
You were driving Miss Daisy.
And they were making demands, like they wanted food. Fine, I want food too. But every time I would say, do you want me to stop here? No response, because they both have headphones in the and so Keegan's sitting next to me in the front seat, so I'm having to hit her, and it's so I'm having to say everything twice, right? And I said, oh my God. So before on the way back, and I was like, no headphones. Your friend can do whatever they want, right? Like she can do her headphones. It doesn't bother me. Let her enjoy her ride like the way that she wants to enjoy it. But you, and if it's a certain playlist you want to listen to, put it on through the car and we will listen to it together. And she was like, and she did it. Like I only had to say it once and she did it, and it was a much better ride home. But that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand. I'm on your side.
At one point I had to walk away and take some time for myself and go like cry a little bit. And I just felt like, oh, I really wanted this to be such a bonding time. And I don't regret like the time we had. We had a great trip. I kind of am like, oh my gosh, it's not what I expected.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with expectations.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't know about you because you're on your second run with a child, but I used to always think when my kid, I'd do the countdown. He was in 6th grade. I would go, I have 6 more years left with this kid. I have 5 more years left. I do the countdown. Like, with your daughter, you have three more years left. You don't know where she's going to go after high school, and you go, maybe it's important to let her know, you and I have 3 years together for sure. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. But, and I feel like I need to have that conversation with her because if I'm being completely, totally honest, I think I kind of left it as in a stern, I was stern with her about like, I don't like all of this technology. Stop it. And I left it like that. And I think I should have the conversation of, look, this is why I reacted this way. And this is why I said that. So I'm glad we're airing all this out, Dave.
There you go.
Morning therapy session.
Yeah, morning therapy session. No kidding. No kidding. Well, I already know I'm a mess, so.
We just got to work on the little things, little baby steps. We just work on little things. They add up to big things.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you my most embarrassing moment of the week?
I do.
Okay. You're going to be really disgusted with me and disappointed in me, just so you know. I'll give you a heads up. But I figure I got to tell you. I'm afraid on this show even to take a sip of water in front of Nicole because it's out of a plastic bottle. Even though I'm dying to take a sip, I'm like, she's going to say something or think something terrible about me. This is worse. This moment what I'm about to tell you is worse. Okay. So the other day I go grocery shopping and I'm going through the grocery store and I see hot dogs. And I don't buy hot dogs, but I like hot dogs. Okay. Hold on. It gets worse, Nicole. If you already discussed it, it gets worse. All right. You might as well brace yourself. So I look over and I see, usually if I buy hot dogs, I'll buy, Nathan's or one of those. And I see the Dodger dogs, like the ones they sell in the stadium, and the foot long hot dogs. And so I'm like, this is Dodgers, my favorite logo right across the front. I'm buying the goddamn Dodger dogs. Never bought these before. I'm buying them. So I buy 6 foot long hot dogs, and throw them in the refrigerator. My wife sees them in the shopping cart. She's disgusted with me already that I'm buying them. And so I said, whatever. So she goes to work. I'm at home and I'm like, I'm making these hot dogs. And so I make the hot dogs and she comes home from work. She goes, what did you eat today? And before I can even answer, she goes, I bet you made those Dodger dogs. And I go, I did. And she opens the refrigerator. She goes, where are they? And I go, I ate them. And she goes, where are the remaining hot dogs? And I go, I ate all of them. And she goes, you're 6'3". You ate your entire height in hot dogs in one day. And I go, they were outstanding. All right. And I go, if there are 8 in the package instead of 6, I would have eaten all 8. Like they were great. And she was just like, who the fuck are you? Like you're 6'3". You ate 6 feet worth of hot dogs, like are in your body. Like
With
what
buns?
the hell? No bun.
Oh.
No bun. But still, that's a lot of hot dog. All right. So like who does that? And she just walked out of the room, hasn't brought it up since. But the more I think about it, I'm like, this might be the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life is eat 6 feet of hot dogs in one meal.
How did you prepare these hot dogs, Dave?
I just basic as shit. I boiled them, put mustard on the plate. I know you don't like mustard, and I'm just cut, dip, and just ate.
Well, at least you didn't in the microwave.
But again, I literally ate almost my height in one meal of hot dogs.
But that's not your width. I mean, listen, I can, because I love food, I can change that. I can change the way that looks for you. If you lay them all out, that would be like eating one big steak.
Yeah, that's true. Right? I should have done a video of it to show how many hot dogs I ate. I mean, it's ridiculous when you think about it.
I know the pack. I mean, I've seen it.
You've seen it.
I know what it is. Listen, I mean, it's your body. You live once. You're the one going to get that colonoscopy, and then you can worry.
You know, it's funny. I've been fighting a migraine for the last 3 days, and she goes, "It's those fucking hot dogs, all those nitrates you got in there." And I was like,
probably. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, it's just so full of bad stuff because they have to, it's made of scraps, it's made of the butthole and the leftover. And
I know. I try not to think of that. I try not to ever think of that part.
They have to bleach it and put all the stuff in it so that it doesn't you don't get infected.
Yes.
Like food's supposed to be nourishing. And that's the problem in America. We think of it as something satisfying, right? Or something as a treat. And I always find it so funny when people go, I'm going to treat myself with dessert. No. You're not treating yourself with dessert. So yeah, we have a strange hold on how we look at food.
True.
And I'm guilty of it too. Listen, I know when I'm doing wrong, and sometimes you have to find a happy medium. You can't do all the good all the time.
No, that's true. That definitely wasn't any good at any of the time.
No, I know. But sometimes it's food for the soul.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a big believer in that. So I came across a great product that I think is really worth mentioning because I hardly ever wear eye makeup because let's face it, it all just runs. And I really am so happy to have any eyelashes back that I don't put mascara on them daily because taking them off is so hard on them. So I really try to just nourish them and take care of them. And I only wear mascara if I'm like going to an event or something like that. And I love putting like eyeliner on, but it either, I think it looks so great. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, it's all under my eyes. I look like a raccoon. It looks crazy. Or I like putting it in my waterline since my eyelashes, I don't put the mascara, and it just makes the eyes pop a little bit, but then it's gone in 10 minutes. So I heard about this Wonder Skin. It's long wear eyeliner. And I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I saw all the women making the videos and they put it on their hand and they're rubbing it and it doesn't move. I was like, this is worth a shot. I got the color Clamato, which is like this brown color. So I figured I could wear it on a daily. It works. It works, people. You put it on, at least for the day. It works better than any other thing I've used. I use powder, added a little water to powder. I've used that technique. I use pencil technique. I use liquid technique. I've used it all. And for the waterline, you really kind of need a pencil. And this is it. And I can't really do liquid eyeliner because I have wrinkles in my eyelids and wrinkles, crow's feet. So like anybody that uses liquid liner, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't look great. A cat eye does not really work on me because I have like hooded eyes and they're aged eyes. And so that works on all the young girls or anybody who doesn't have wrinkles there. That's great. But for me, no. I just need a little pencil, and this really, really delivered for me. So I'm going to order more. They have a number of really great looking colors. The one pencil will run you about $18, but so worth it. I saw online this morning that they're running a special. They're doing buy two, get one free, which great deal. And because the colors are so cool, they have some fun colors as well as your like basic natural colors that you need. That's a great deal. So I think I'm going to go on there and get my buy two, get one free. You can do it on wonderskin.com. I feel like they have the best deals going. And yeah, I highly recommend it. It really kind of stayed put for me.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to get to your mailbag before we get at it?
Let's go.
Let's go to the mailbag again. Nicole's mailbag. It's easy. It's perfectlytwistedpod.com. Nicole's mailbag is at the top of the screen, and get your questions in. We have questions here today from Kayla. Okay. It says, Nicole, would you consider yourself a spontaneous person?
Yes, very much so. I will. If you were like, I have a ticket. Do you want to go to Fiji right now? I would go. Yes. I think spontaneity is probably one of the best joys in life for me. I love unexpected good times. I love like unexpected opportunity. I just love it. I let my kids skip school to go to Mammoth. Like, let's do it. Like there's, yes, all day long. Spontaneity. I love it. I love the change of plans. I love, yeah. I just do. I think it's so adventurous. It just makes you feel like you're living.
See, that's probably my downfall right there in my mind, I immediately go to what clothes am I going to wear? Do I have time to do this? Do I have time to, like, I like to be so prepared with things that I think it's one of the things that I stink at. I'm not good at just being spontaneous and go, fuck it. Let's go.
So what are you going to wear? You just said earlier, you wear the same thing every day.
Well, I don't prefer to wear the same thing. I prefer to, all right, what am I bringing? And I got to go make sure I have a razor. I got to make sure I have shirts and pants and everything. I don't want to be caught off guard. I like to be prepared, but I wish I was more like what you just said. For years, I wish I was more like that I could just go, let's go.
But if you look at it like this, you know what you're going to need. How easy is it to walk around with a bag, throw your razor in, throw your stuff in, the stuff that is probably out because you use it every day. Just walk around and throw it in and roll.
How quick could you get a bag together to go?
Quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 15 minutes quick?
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive. I probably could if I was under the gun. I could probably do it. it just seems like I'm one of those guys. Let's say we're leaving on a trip in 3 days. I'll just start pulling stuff out within those 3 days and put it on the floor.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean?
okay.
Like I'm a pre-packer.
No, not me. I'll
Yeah.
do like a majority of it the night before, and then depending on the time of the flight, like depending on what time I'm being picked up. But
Yeah.
I will generally do like a lot of it the night before and then finish in the morning.
Yeah. I admire that. I
Because
admire that.
I think that when I was younger, I had a harder time, right? But as I've gotten older, like getting dressed and putting outfits together is so much easier and so much more fun.
Yeah.
And to know you're going to be okay. Like everything's going to
Yeah.
work out. You're going to have enough t-shirts. You're going to have enough sweatshirts. You're going to have enough every jackets. It's all going to be fine. Just throw
It
what you
is.
see, what you like in a bag, and whatever's weather appropriate, throw it in. Let's go.
Yeah. And
You
if you
can always
forgot
pick
something,
up
you could buy it
something.
when you get there. Yeah. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. All right. Next call for next question from KLS. Sorry. Can you remember a time when karma got you?
Yes, but it's something I can't talk about for
Okay.
one.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. All right. I think most people probably feel the same way, right? If karma got you, that means you did something bad to someone, or you said something bad about somebody, and it came back and got you.
Yeah. It wasn't a said thing. It was a naughty thing a friend and I did,
Yeah.
and it happened back to me, and I was like, "Oh," nothing like uh, nothing life-threatening, nothing life-ruining, but it was something, and I don't wanna talk about it, but yes. Yes, and, probably more if I put more thought into it, but I don't like to really think about that very much. I kind of feel like intention in life is how I live. As long as your intention, and I feel like my intention is generally always good. I don't have bad intention towards anybody,
Yeah.
and like I don't look for karma to happen to other people. I just know in time it'll happen, and I don't need to worry about it. So I feel like even when I'm making mistakes, or maybe I hurt somebody's feelings by accident or whatever, my intention was never to do that. So I don't feel like I have a lot of bad karma coming my way. So I don't think about it that much.
You know what's funny is he'll kill me for telling this story, but it made me laugh yesterday. My son was in Japan for 2 weeks and literally went straight home from the airport, slept for 8 hours, got up at 3 a.m, and then goes to the grocery store, comes out of the grocery store, and somebody egged his car while he was in the parking lot. He's been out of town for 2 weeks. Number one, he's not a bad guy, but I think it was they got the wrong person. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so he calls me and he goes, someone just egged my car. And I was, I'm getting mad, come his dad, and I'm like, we're gonna bullshit this. And he's just like, can you believe with the price of eggs, somebody would waste them on my car? And so as I'm talking to him, he's driving through the car wash, has to get his car washed now, the whole deal. But
Yeah.
I was like, the karma thing made me laugh right there. As far as I know, he's never thrown eggs at someone's car, but it was like, talk about an inconvenience of the day. You didn't think it was going to happen. I got to wash eggs off my car in the morning. That sucks.
That's really funny. Well, maybe he didn't egg somebody's car. Maybe maybe somebody's jealous of his wife now,
Yeah.
or who knows, like what it is, right?
Yeah.
The price of eggs, it makes me laugh because when we were younger, egging and toilet paper in people's homes was like a big thing. And I was thinking about that recently. I was like, these kids will never know what it's like to go toilet paper somebody's house, because no parent is spending $30 on a pack of toilet paper for you to go toilet paper somebody's house. It's just not happening anymore.
Oh my gosh. No, we used to do it. God, it made me so nervous to getting caught. We used to do the same thing.
Oh, I was never nervous. So
Oh
I
my
probably
God.
have a lot of bad karma.
Yeah, there you go. There
We
you
did
go.
it all in fun. Like I feel like it was almost a privilege, like to get toilet papered. Like it was like those were good fun pranks back then, right? There was no hate behind it. It wasn't malicious. It was just all in good fun.
Oh my gosh. There was one guy we used to do it with, and in Tennessee you have the big trees, and he'd throw them up, and they would be up there forever. And then he would knock on the door and wait for the adult to open the door. No, wait for, look what we just did to your house. And then he would take off running. It made me so nervous, that he would sit there and wait for the parents in the middle of the night to see, because he wanted to see their reaction. I go, holy shit. Yeah.
Oh my God. I think we would sometimes ding dong ditch after we did it and run. Never stand there.
Yeah.
But these days, you can't really you can't get away with that, right?
The
Because
Ring
of the Ring
camera.
cameras. So you have to know that this person is not going to really be that mad at you.
Exactly right. Exactly right. That's so funny. All right. Nicole, have you ever used a fake name?
Yes, sometimes when traveling, especially
Yeah.
like in the heyday, so if we're doing an appearance somewhere or we're traveling somewhere, you have to use a fake name so that people don't track you down. Hospital stays, things like that, have to use a fake name. And then when I was a kid, I had a fake ID.
Nice.
So I think her
Nice.
name was Darla or something like that. Something
Is that
strange.
right?
Yeah. So
What state? What state was your fake ID? Was it California or a
oh,
different
it was
state?
California. Yeah. It was a California ID, but yeah.
My sister used to sell fake IDs in our house. Like, I don't know
Really?
why my parents let it go, but we had a full wall in our living room of a sheet and a whole thing, and everybody was from Vermont, and they just stand there and get the picture, and my sister make fake IDs right out of our living room.
I
Yeah,
love that. Because it's kind of harmless. I remember my oldest daughter, they used to have a website that they used to go on, and it would be out of state, and they
yeah,
would order it online and it would come, and we would laugh when it would arrive,
yeah,
like
yeah.
some
And then
of
they
it is
started putting that hologram thing in there, and it messed them all up
and that's everybody
because it
up.
didn't have it. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and that's why and then for a while, it still worked because you could leave it in your wallet and show your wallet, and then some places would say, "Okay, can you take it out?" And then that was really like, but
Oh my gosh. All right. Nicole, have you ever been turned off by the way a guy dressed?
yes, especially shoes. Shoes. Oh, good Lord. Shoes will kill it. And like the length of your pants. I just, the cut and the length of your pants are an issue for me. Um, and I guess the way you wear your pants. Yeah, I think it's sort of like the bottom half for some reason.
Yeah.
The bottom half is very important.
That is funny. All right, Nicole, what was your least favorite music group in the 80s?
So in the 80s, I really didn't like hair bands, do you call it like heavy metal? What was it?
Yeah.
Like White Snake and Bon
Yeah.
Jovi and like whatever, all of those. I no, 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 no. I couldn't. I appreciate it now. Now
Yeah.
I like it and now I listen to it, but then no.
I'm
And it
with you. I'm
and
with
so
you.
many people would be surprised because I had that long, long blonde hair. Did they expected me to be like uh into that kind of music? And I
Yeah.
was like, nope, absolutely not.
I'm with you. How many times I've been in the car with my friends in high school and, they're listening to Poison or something. I'm like, not my thing.
No.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Um, I couldn't get it. It was not my it's not my jam, but I do now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kayla, appreciate the questions right there. Again, Nicole's mailbag, perfectlytwistedpod.com. Go ahead and get your questions in and we'll get them on the show. But
Yeah,
thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
Kayla. I appreciate that so much. Those are good questions. You guys bring it with the good questions. Like, thank God. I
Good
love
deal.
it. It's my favorite part of the segment of the show. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, and catch us next week.